Hi, I'm Jonathan from Rupert Neve Designs, and today I'm going to show you how to set up and use your new RMP-D8 8-channel microphone preamp and A-to-D converter with the Burl Mothership. The RMP-D8 is a great way to add 8 amazing Class A Rupert Neve microphone preamps and mastering grade conversion to your Burl Mothership. Today we're using the Burl Mothership with the BMB3 Dante card installed. We're also going to be using Avid Pro Tools. In this example, we have 8 microphones feeding the 8 amazing Class A microphone preamps on the RMP-D8. These are coming out via Dante into the network switch, out of the network switch into the Burl BMB3 Dante card, and then, of course, the network switch is connected to your computer. First, you want to go to Audinate.com, download, install, and activate the free application Audinate Dante Controller. Also, download, install, and activate Dante Virtual Soundcard. This is the application that you'll use to transform your computer into a Dante network device capable of sending and receiving audio. You will need a network switch for all Dante gear and to plug your RMP-D8 into your computer. Minimum requirements for network switches that are compatible with Dante networks can be found at audinate.com/support/networks and switches. These are affordable items and they are easy to connect with a Cat5 or Cat6 Ethernet cable. Plug in the RMP-D8, the Burl BMB3 card, and your computer to your network switch. Now it is time to power them all on. Next, we're going to launch Dante Virtual Soundcard and set the audio channels to your requirements. In this example, we'll use 16 by 16 or 16 inputs and 16 outputs. Make sure the latency is set to the lowest setting of 4 milliseconds. Select your network interface from the drop-down menu below that and then finish by clicking the Start button. Launch Dante Controller. All devices on the network you are creating need to be set to the same sample rate. On the top bar of Dante Controller, click on Device to Device View. In the pop-up window on the drop-down at the top of that window, select the device you want to configure. Click on Device Config on the lower bar. Now, change the sample rate on all devices to the sample rate of your Pro Tools session. Staying in the Dante Controller window, select the Routing tab on the lower bar. Across the top of the main screen, you'll see all the devices transmitting audio on the network, and down the side you'll see the receivers. Route the outputs of the RMP-D8 into Dante Virtual Soundcard one for one. Repeat for the Burl BMB3 card. A green check mark will confirm that your selection and routing are successful. For further Dante Controller instructions, please consult the manual at audinate.com. Under the expanded RMP-D8 channels, you will notice that there are 16 channels listed altogether. The first 8 are the standard mic and converter outputs of the RMP-D8. The second set of channels, which are marked GC or gain compensated, are outputs that can be ignored for our purposes here. They are mostly used in live sound to feed a second mix, a monitor mix, or a capture location. However, you can use these as a redundant feed to feed a separate capture device or even a different network. Now that all Dante settings are confirmed and channels are routed, you can close Dante Controller and move on to audio setup in your computer. Launch Pro Tools and create a new session using the same sample rate chosen in Dante Controller. Navigate to Setup and then select Playback Engine, and then choose Dante Virtual Soundcard. Next, go to Setup I/O. Set up your I/O matrix based on the previous steps and what your available hardware is. In this example, we are using Dante Virtual Soundcard to interface with both the RMP-D8 and the Burl BMB3 card in the mothership. This allows us to route audio into and out of Pro Tools to the Dante network devices. Some brief words about clocking. When the RMP-D8 is used as a network device, it relies on the Dante network clocking protocol for synchronization. Clock is automatically taken care of by the Dante network, which chooses the most reliable clock as its master. Another very low latency option for Burl Mothership owners is to use your BMB1 Digilink card with the Burl AES4 AES card to bring the RMP-D8 in via AES inputs. Now it's time to make some great recordings. If you want to learn more about all our amazing products, please go to rupertneve.com. Enjoy your new RMP-D8.